The reverse grid race in Las Vegas was one of the most challenging events of F1 Academy this year. Ready to start on wet tyres for a rolling start, title contender Weug hit the back of Tina Hausmann before the race was fully underway. A huge disappointment. Nina Gateman led from pole while the midfield battles were leading to penalties. Alba Larsen made a great move to take the lead, but she then lost it after clipping a barrier. Ella Lloyd crashed and Chloe Chambers went out, but title leader Doriane took her fourth win of the 2025 season. Welcome to the final race of F1 Academy this year at the spectacular venue in Las Vegas. I'm Ben Edwards, and we're all looking forward to a new champion being crowned here after 13 laps of the high-speed strip circuit, which is always unpredictable. Yet the French racer Doriane has a 20-point lead following her win in race 1, and her rival Weug can only snatch the title by winning this race and seeing Doriane drop to 7th or lower to make it happen. The two rivals will be starting 4th and 5th on the grid. With me is Alice Powell, who's won plenty of races in her own career. And Alice, while we are focused on the championship around this dramatic Las Vegas circuit, and the sun is just setting now, we will be getting into the dark towards the end of this race. There's a lot to look at, but it's not just the championship battle. We've got an intriguing race for some other top qualifiers on this circuit.
It certainly does, and if anything is to go by with yesterday's race, that was quite thrilling. Quite different conditions, though, for the drivers today. As Chloe Chambers lining up on pole position, she is our top scorer in terms of being on pole position. Most poles this year, 4, and it's another Campos 1-2 as well, with Alicia Palmowski lining up alongside. Last time Campos had a 1-2 was back in Miami, so it works well for them, does America, on American circuits, but certainly different conditions. Should be still, though, an exciting race.
It's going to be fascinating. Doriane is starting in 4th. Let's take a look at the entire grid lineup then. In 18th place is the Canadian Nicole Havrida, while 17th is wildcard racer Peyton Westcott, who finished 6th in race 1. Aurelia Nobels earned her first top 3 finish from this P16 in race 1 yesterday. Chloe Chong is going into her last ever F1 Academy race. Courtney Crone finished 7th yesterday from 14th, while 13th place Rachel Robertson on her debut ended up finishing 4th. A great result. Leah Block starts 12th. She gains 7 places in race 1. Joanne Chiconte starts 11th. Top rookie Ella Lloyd is 10th on the grid, and Rafaela Ferreira from Brazil lines up in 9th. Reverse grid pole sitter who finished 2nd yesterday, Nina Gateman, starts 8th, with Emma Felbermeyer in 7th, hoping to avoid technical issues with the car. Tina Hausmann, backed by Aston Martin, starts 6th, and title contender Weug starts 5th, knowing she has to go for the win to have any chance. Her rival Doriane starts 4th with a 20-point advantage, while Alba Larsen, who led but crashed yesterday, starts 3rd. On the front row are the two Campos team drivers, Alicia Palmowski looking for her 2nd win of the year, and Chloe Chambers seeking her 3rd ever win as she goes into her last ever F1 Academy race. You're looking on board right now from Weug. So, Alice, Maya is the one who could possibly still win the title, but she has to go for the win, and she has to hope that Doriane has a pretty rubbish race in this one.
Well, that is the thing. Doriane has been consistent. She's been consistently up there, and she did everything she needed to do, and probably even more yesterday, getting the win, which was fantastic for her, and 20 points is her advantage now. Maya has to win. She has to get fastest lap, and Doriane finished 7th or lower. So that is possible. Maya is one of the biggest movers on the grid throughout this year. She's gained 42 positions in all our races this year, and that is a lot more than anybody else. So it's possible. It certainly is. And when I saw her yesterday after the race, of course, hugely disappointed, but she said it's still possible, and I'm going to give it my everything.
Well, that's great, and it's great that she's got that attitude towards it. We're about to see them going away on the formation lap. There's the number 14, Chloe Chambers, leading them away. She has had a victory this year from pole position in Montreal. Oh, and a problem again for Emma Felbermeyer. Now, I don't know quite, they had a clutch problem yesterday, didn't they?
They did, and I popped down to see what the issue was, and as you just said there, Ben, a clutch problem, and they said, yeah, it should hopefully all be resolved today, but unfortunately for Emma, it doesn't look like that is the case.
No, and that is bitterly disappointing for Emma Felbermeyer. she's had a win in Montreal this year as well, but it's just not working out for her at all, so that is a great shame. Well, we're getting all set for this last race of the season. We spoke to the top 3 on the grid a little while ago. Let's start with Alba Larsen.
Well, I'm obviously hoping to finish where I'm going to be starting and hopefully even further ahead. I think that would be such a good way to end the season.
I think my goal obviously is to win. I won the first race of the year, so I'd love to win the last race of the year. But equally, I think the main aim is to bring home a 1-2 for the team. And they've worked so hard this year, so that would be the perfect way to end out the season. How we're going to do that, we've got to discuss, because it's going to be a challenge, definitely. We've got some really quick people behind us, so yeah, but I'm excited for the challenge.
I mean, for me, the number one thing is to win. You know, I fell out of championship contention a little while back, so from then on, I was just focusing on trying to get race wins, and, you know, especially here in Vegas. It's my last race, my last home race as well, so it'd be really exciting to win here.
It's going to be fascinating. And Alice, the fact that Chloe Chambers and Alicia Palmowski made contact in race 1, and it's happened before as well, even though they're both Campos teammates, it hasn't always worked well between them, even though they're not against each other.
Yes, I wonder if they wish they had that discussion before the race yesterday, because they were fighting for podium positions, weren't they? Alicia did get a podium, however she was disqualified after the race for a technical infringement. We actually promoted Aurelia Nobles up to her first podium, which is great to see, but I can imagine Campos would have sat them down and had a stern word with the pair of them, because we've seen that this Las Vegas strip between turn 12 all the way down to turn 14, 1.92 kilometers is the length of that straight, and talking to a few of the teams, they reckon that the tow is worth anything between 0.8 to 1 second. So, you know, if you're in the lead and the car's right behind you on the exit of turn 12, they're likely going to get past.
Absolutely, yeah, no, it's going to be a fascinating race. We just saw Chase Carey from Liberty keeping an eye on F1 Academy, the final race of this 2025 season. You're riding on board with Maya Weug, who had that nightmare before the race even started, crashing out in race 1 and unable to score any points at all. So the gap has come up again, up to 20 points. Now there's Emma Felbermeyer back in the pits. They're trying to sort out, it is clearly to do with the clutch again. They've got the rear wheels turning. She may have to make a start from the pit lane, do you think?
I think that's likely going to be the case, and hopefully they'll be able to drop it down and it won't stall, and she'll have use of the clutch. She'll obviously have to start at the end of pit lane and wait until all the cars have gone past, but I can just see the final few cars now, Ben, are lining up towards the back of the grid.
Doriane Pan looking to try and wrap up the title. She has taken points in 29 races in 2024, 2025. In every race she has done so far, she has scored something. And that's all she needs to do again, is to wrap up this championship. Let's get ready for the final race. F1 Academy is underway, and it's a good start from the pole sitter, Chloe Chambers. Chloe Chambers heading down into turn 1. Alicia Palmowski in second place, but being possibly attacked by Alba Larsen. Alba Larsen, though, runs a touch wide, and that puts her under a bit of pressure from Doriane Pan. Doriane Pan on the outside in the Mercedes livery, but she's settling back into 4th place. That's still a good place to be, but right behind her, of course, is her big rival for the title, Maya Weug, and Doriane Pan now beginning to attack a bit more.
Yeah, and further back, we've got Tina Hausmann under pressure from her teammates. She's going to brave it down the inside. Doriane Pan, she had a look. That was covered by Alba Larsen, but lovely move by Nina Gaiman. Does she avoid the wall on the exit? She does. So she moves one spot further up, but everyone nice and clean so far.
Yeah, that is good. A good start so far, and particularly for Chloe Chambers from that pole position. She really got off the line very well, and there was no attack from Alicia Palmowski into the first corner. There is Maya Weug then, the Ferrari-backed Maya Weug, who now has to go for the win. The only way she can try and take the title is to get in front, but she's got to do it in a way that works. Now, we're coming down towards a very important left-hander that then leads on to the long straight. You were talking about, Alice, where you get a tow. So she's in a good position to get the tow from here.
She is. Nice, clean exit. You can see how quickly the barrier on the exit comes up to you. And I tell you what, Alba Larson, she was stormingly quick on the first lap yesterday, racing lap that is, in wet condition before clipping the barrier, which sent her then into a spin at the final corner, and she's got a very good run. So now we're going to get a great example from the helicam of how good the tow is, and you can see how she's dragging up to the back of Alicia Palmowski's car. She pulls out fairly early. Is this going to be an easy move, Ben, down on the brakes?
Well, she's on the outside, and no, it doesn't quite work. Oh, Alicia Palmowski, though, she went in over, she braked late, you could see that, and ran over the curb. I think she got away with it.
She did, and this will be great for Chloe Chambers. She'll be looking in her mirrors and say, you carry on, girls, you carry on. You keep squabbling, you keep fighting. This is going to be a brave move if Alba goes around the outside at the final corner, thinks better of it. But that has allowed Doriane Pan to storm up to the back of this group. And Maya Weug as well, down the inside.
Oh, yeah, she's gone for the inside of Doriane Pan, her big rival. And Doriane Pan, main thing from her point of view is don't get taken out, because if you don't score any points, then suddenly your chance of winning a championship is reduced, but they haven't actually made contact.
As I mentioned earlier, one of the best overtakers on the grid, if not the best overtaker, is now trying to get round the outside of Doriane Pan. Maya thinks better of it. Doriane closes that door, and of course it's about getting your exits, getting the car rotated, and it's all calmed down, at least for now, at the front of the field.
Yeah, as you say, Chloe Chambers, the American on our home turf here in Las Vegas, the 21-year-old in her last ever F1 Academy race, is definitely controlling it up front at the moment. But we shall see, because, as you say, the tow that you can get down the straight makes a big, big difference. Let's just take a little look back at what was going on here, Alice, with Maya Weug diving down the inside. Thankfully, no contact was made. Nearly made the move, but it didn't quite work.
I think Maya thought, well, they seem to have all braked fairly early, so I've got nothing to lose, technically, so she's going to send one down the inside. And that lock-up, when we briefly saw it, I thought, no, don't make contact, but she was able to not make contact, and there you go, down the Las Vegas strip. The driver that looks like more likely to be under pressure now is Alba Larson from Doriane Pan.
Yeah, you're right. It looks like Doriane Pan, with the Mercedes backing, has definitely got a good tow to try and get past Alba Larson with the Hilfiger sponsorship for MP Motorsport. Up front, Chloe Chambers is still in charge. Is Doriane going to go for the inside line? No, she doesn't. I wondered whether she might dive in, but she isn't. She's a wise driver in many ways. She tends not to take huge, big risks, does she?
No, she certainly doesn't, and I have to say it's a lot tamer than the early laps of that we had yesterday. I've just seen Leah Block has lost a couple of places. She's now dropped outside of the top 10, but a nice run there from Doriane. Is she going to be able to be braver and more capable on the brakes into turn one? No. So she has to sit and wait once again, but this is being nicely controlled up front by Chloe Chambers. 7/10 nearly is the gap, and she gets fastest lap as well. And just to point out, Ben, this is ideal for Campos because they are fighting against MP in the Teams Championship.
Yeah, that's for second place in the Teams Championship, because Prema wrapped up to the main championship. But yes, it could be a good battle for second. Doriane Pan, number 28, the one who is on target for becoming champion, is definitely putting Alba Larson under more pressure again. Behind her, though, is still Maya Weug, her big rival. But Weug needs to really take some risks in a way to come through. Marta Garcia, you can see through team viewer, because she was the... Oh, we've got two cars who have clashed, unfortunately. That's a great shame. Joanne Chiconte has had a battle there with our rookie entry this weekend, the wildcard entry, Peyton Westcott, and well, this is called a yellow. Are they going to be able to get going again?
I would say that's most definitely going to be calling out a safety car. I heard one of them trying to pull away, and I assume that was Joanne Giaconte in the Weller Professionals car, because the rear of... So we don't actually see how that was started, do we? But I think the rear of Peyton Westcott's car was broken because of that impact there. Chloe Chong in the Charlotte Tilbury just going to manage to go in between both of them. Yeah, so a bit unlucky there, but still no safety car has been called, which I'm fairly surprised about. They're coming down the Las Vegas strip, so yeah, I see there's a yellow flag. That's in sector 3, so I assume that safety car there, the boards are out, so safety car has been deployed.
Right, okay, well that makes sense, as they've got to sort out getting those cars back into place, and this means, of course, there's no opportunities to overtake right now, as we are under the yellow flag, and as you say, the safety car is now going to be in charge of this race. So Chloe Chambers, having started from pole position, has certainly maintained the advantage, and both drivers are out of the cars completely. You'd have thought that maybe they would have been able to get... Oh no, there is quite a lot of suspension damage. Okay,
yeah.
Yes, so there wasn't a way they could continue, and that's a great shame to go out of the final race, of course, of this year. Disappointing for Joanne Chiconte, the Australian 16-year-old, who has had a best finish of 8th so far this year. And of course, we've also got Peyton Westcott, as I mentioned, in her first weekend in F1 Academy. She got a 6th place finish in race 1 from the back of the grid, so that was fantastic. But
yeah, she did a great job. She's in the Visit Las Vegas car, the 16-year-old, our 7th wildcard driver of the season, has been racing in Italia F4 this year. As you can see, that cars are filtering through now. Marshals are on track to clear up any debris that might be. Now, in terms of how is this going to help Maya, because of course she's the one that's going to be chasing Doriane, she was almost sort of falling back a little bit. She didn't seem to have the pace. It's of course going to bunch them up, and I hate to say it, but Maya maybe will be not wanting another safety car, but usually safety cars breed safety cars, don't they? So it's going to bunch the field up. Someone who will be disappointed, that will be Chloe Chambers, because she was just eking away out front. And just looking at the timing screen, Ben, it looks like that Emma Felbermeyer has been able to go out. She last time around was 14.1 seconds behind, but is that her now at the back of the pack? Looks like it is.
yeah, well, that is one thing. She'd be able to catch them having started from the pit lane, but whether she's going to be able to get many places from there is not going to be easy, but let's wait and see how it all goes. Ella Lloyd, by the way, she's still down in 8th, and it's nice to get a view of other F1 Academy champion Abby Pulling, watching from the pit lane and giving us a wave. Abby, of course, was the champion last year, and Doriane Pound was second to Abby last year. It is still looking like Doriane is going to become the 3rd champion in the F1 Academy history. The way it's going right now, Maya Weug needs to get past not just Doriane Pound. You're riding on board with Doriane Pound now, but Weug needs to get past all of them, even Chambers up front, of course. She needs to be winning because she just doesn't have enough points unless she wins, and then she needs to see Doriane Pound drop further back.
Yeah, that's exactly that, and she'll be hoping. And she was putting up a good fight. The thing is it's easy for us to say, well, she just needs to stay out of trouble. That's a lot easier said than done, and I think her approach has been absolutely perfect so far during both races this weekend.
When you overtook Leah, it was out of track limits.
I have no idea what you said, but I think it has to do with track limits, and no, I was not out of track limits.
Yeah, that's interesting. I had seen that Courtney Crone had got ahead of Leah Block, but they are saying that track limits was a problem. We haven't actually seen it yet, have we?
No, we haven't. But back to Doriane, she's done everything that has been needed of her this weekend, and her approach has been great, because I think if you try and be too conservative, you end up going backwards. So her only option really is to try and go forward, and some synchronized spinning was being taken place. We didn't see how that had actually started. I'm guessing from the damage from Joanne Giaconte's left rear that that has made contact with Peyton Westcott's car, and you can see the frustration from Giaconte.
She just ran into me. I was passing her around the outside, and she lost the car.
Ah, that's interesting. That would have been early into the corner. I wonder, well, this is a different move. This is the move that we saw that Courtney Crone, if you look here, the red and white car, Courtney Crone,
that was close. So they're about track limits.
Sorry, I was looking at,
track limits at turn 17, which is the flat out in the dry, at least, for these F1 Academy cars. Final corner, the left-hander. So it's hard to see whether that was in track limits or not. But the teams only have access to the angles and the coverage that we do. They don't get anything extra, as Susie's on the pit wall with Prema, showcasing a very cool and sparkly Las Vegas Grand Prix jacket.
It is indeed. Well, it is, of course, the first event that F1 Academy has been at Las Vegas. They've been at other US events. They were at Miami earlier this year. They've had other events in the past, but to be at Las Vegas, and for the drivers, for the rookie drivers, Alice, to get used to the layout of this track, because they only had the one practice session and then they were straight into qualifying. We've had different conditions, so it's been a real demand for them, hasn't it, to try and work out how you make this track work.
It has, and I think the main challenge really has been the temperatures. We haven't really seen F1 Academy race in these kind of temperatures since Shanghai, and even then it was certainly warmer than it was yesterday. It's much warmer today than it was in the rain, and having a look there, it was a perfect getaway for our pole sitter Chloe Chambers, and then Alba thought, you know what, I'm going to brave it around the outside, but just snatched that front inside left, which then allowed Doriane Pan to sneak to the left-hand side of her and brave it round the outside, but wasn't able to do it round turn 3.
Absolutely. No, it was, as you said earlier, it was actually a very clean start, particularly as yesterday we lost cars before the race even got started, but they were under formation lap, but it was very wet.
If you can tell her to give it back. She's our teammate. She passed me off track. She needs to give the position back or she'll get a penalty after the race.
Yeah, so Leah Bloch still unhappy about what Courtney Crone did. They are both with the ART Grand Prix team, and she's obviously not happy that she hasn't given it back yet.
No, some inter-team battles that will be settled, well, maybe on track, but maybe off track as well between the ART teammates. So let's see. Chloe Chambers has bunched them right up, heading down the strip, and they've still got a way to go.
Yeah, taking
before they get out. So she's out the strip, sorry. So no weaving after the bridge, which all cars are adhering to, and it looks like she's put the throttle down.
Here we go then. We're back to racing once again as Chloe Chambers gets the restart, but it could be a battle going on. Palmowski battling with Alba Larsen. Alba Larsen in third, had a little look down the inside once again, but couldn't quite make the move. Maya Weug has not got going particularly well. If anything, she's under a bit of pressure from Nina Gaidman behind, and she's lost a space or two to Doriane Pan, her big rival. And meanwhile, Doriane Pan now in a good toe situation. She might be able to attack Alba Larsen. Look, she's having a little look down the inside. Is she actually going to go for it this time? Doriane Pan has gone up into third place, Alice.
She has, and lovely move. She's clearly got more speed than Alba Larsen, so let's see what Alba does now in terms of Maya Weug. Has she given her enough room on the inside? Looks like she has, and this scrapping then has allowed Nina again to catch up to the back of them. So one title challenger goes through past Alba Larsen, and then so goes the other.
Yeah, well, that's really interesting. Alba Larsen, who is talented, 16-year-old from Denmark, who's put in some good performances so far this year. Best finished fourth place, so she was hoping that she might get a podium here, but she's lost out there, and it might be difficult to get back past him. She's going to be coming under a bit of pressure from Nina Gaidman next, number 3. But right now, Maya Weug in the Ferrari back car is still chasing after her big rival for the title, Doriane Pan. But Pan on target for yet another podium. Up front, it's still Chloe Chambers, who is in total control of this race so far, not able to pull away a lot. Ella Lloyd and Tina Hausmann side by side, and Ella possibly getting the position, but will this be done all the way down as they come into the final little section here? No, Ella Lloyd's done it. She's up into 7th place.
Yeah, she's able to sneak through. She had the benefit of Nina's toe as well, because she forced Tina to technically defend down the strip, and of course Nina had no reason to defend, so it was on the normal racing line. But a great restart by Chloe Chambers, sets another fastest lap of the race, and is stretching her legs out front. 6.5 tenths it's going to be, and Doriane Pan just looks like she's got great pace at the moment. So riding on board, and brave stuff on the brakes, because if you just brake that fraction too late, you're then into the barrier. But she's driving with so much confidence at the moment, and she doesn't have to move forward because she's keeping her title rival behind her. Maya's got it all to do. She has to win this race, and it's not going the way for her at the moment.
Do you think Alba Larsen almost let Maya through? They are teammates at MP. I wonder if it's almost having been passed by Doriane Pan, she felt, well, maybe I shouldn't battle my teammate.
Yeah, I would probably say that looks like I'm not going to put up much of a defence for you. And we see that Rachel Robinson has got a time penalty for causing a collision. Maybe she was involved with the incident between Wesker and Giaconte. So that's the only replays that we've been able to see, but a 10-second penalty for Robinson.
Well, Chloe Chambers is still holding this race at the moment, and it is still the Campos team that are running 1 and 2, but Doriane Pan there in 3rd place is now in a good position as well to try and pick up the toe. We are just over halfway through this last race, and Doriane Pan very much on target. Started in 4th, now up to 3rd. Can she now get a bit more of a toe and try and challenge for 2nd place? Try and get past Alicia Palmowski, riding on board with her, and you can just see that pickup, how when you get the toe from the car ahead, you start to close up, but it's not always quite enough to actually attack into braking, into 14, 15, 16, and then up through into the final turn 17 to complete another lap. But she's doing a great job, isn't she?
She is, and this could even maybe potentially be the fastest lap of the race. Well, we'll wait to see as they cross the line, but she's certainly got the pace, has Doriane, and yeah, there we go, fastest lap of the race, so that'll be an extra point for her as well. Not that she needs it right now, but Maya just starting to slip away from this group. Isn't it nearly going to be 9/10 of a second, the interval between her and Doriane? She's got some breathing space. Alba Larsen's still holding her own up against Nina Gaben. She's actually pulled away slightly, and Nina will be soon under pressure from the McLaren of Ella Lloyd.
Yeah, still looks like Ella Lloyd's going to be the top rookie this year in F1 Academy, and of course continuing with McLaren backing going into next year. But it's still a good battle up front, there's no doubt about it. Chloe Chambers is not opening up the gap hugely. Let's just have a look at incident involving Havre at the back. Was she moving before the lights went out? Yeah.
So usually when we see that pop on the screen, that's usually a slam dunk. So Doriane Pan got a couple of those last year, but she's managed to sort that out this year. Been part of course, towards her success. She lost a few points from jump starts last year, but they seem to have bunched up a little bit now. Gap as they go up onto the strip, 7/10 between Alicia and Chambers, and actually Maya maybe has potentially found a little bit of form. She's closed the gap by a couple of tenths to Doriane.
I agree, yes, and they're on this longest straight now to see if anyone can pick up a bit more of a toe and then go for that late braking into the final corner of this section, and then leading around to complete another lap. But the gaps are staying close, but Chloe Chambers doing enough up front to hold a position. You're looking back at Doriane Pan from Alicia Palmowski at the moment, and that was neat and tidy from both, to be fair. No mistakes. So easy to clip the barriers here at Las Vegas, but so far so good. And we've had a couple of cars go out in that one mix-up that happened earlier in this race, but otherwise everyone is putting it together well so far.
Yeah, certainly does, and we got a great view. Doriane's certainly strong on the brakes down into turn 14.
Interesting, Maya's just taken fastest lap on that one.
So that's the point going the way of her, but she's still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Lap 19 of 13. She's got to navigate past 3 cars, and as I said, she is the top overtaker of the series. There's the 5-second time penalty for Havre for that false start, which we certainly expected to come. But we got the breakaway. And out of shape for lock of the rear tyres for Chloe Chambers. They'll all, I expect, running the low downforce setting on these cars, and from working of course with Abby last year, I know that her often complaint was so hard on the brakes it skates around, and a prime example there from Chloe Chambers.
Yeah, well, she dealt with it very well. She's obviously quite used to it because she still made the corner very, very well. But she's in control, but she's not escaping. There's absolutely no chance for her to really get away at this stage. all of these 4 cars very close to, although just there she has actually pulled away a little bit more from Pamowski. It's funny how in some places they do make a little break, and that's a really important place to make the break, because now they're onto the long straight. She will not be handing the toe. But look at Maya Weug now. She is really close to Doriane Pan, so this could be a chance for her, Alice, couldn't it?
Yep, she's finally been able to find some form. Fastest lap last time round. And the thing is, Doriane's going to get the benefit of the toe from Alicia, but she's looking close. Still got half the strip left to go. Is she going to brave it down the inside for the second time during this race?
She has a little look there, Maya Weug, but then decides against it. They have a good relationship. They're battling for the championship, but they do get on with each other, and there is respect between them. And she knows that if she's going to have a go at getting past Doriane Pan, but she's in a good position again right now. And of course, as they come through this flat-out left-hander to complete another lap, she could have a bit of a go going down into turn 1. She's going for it on the outside. Maya Weug's trying to go past Doriane Pan. Round the outside, we've ridden with her, and she's done it. Or has she? She's now on the inside. Yes, she has made the move. Well, she's up into 3rd place ahead of Doriane Pan. It's still not enough yet, though.
It's not. She's got to navigate 2 more cars, but Doriane, crucially for her, has got to fall outside of the top 7, and at the moment that's not looking like that's going to happen. Still got 3 laps left, so of course anything could happen, but lovely move, brave stuff from Maya Weug. I almost thought she was going to give it a go around Alicia Palmowski as well.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what's coming up next, but she's really got to go for it. She's got to take some risk. We are getting through this race. We're on lap 10 out of the 13. Let's have another look at this, Alice. What do you think?
Yeah, so it was just brave on the brakes on the cleaner side of the track. A little lock-up from the front left of Doriane Pan. And then it's the nature of turn 3 does make it hard to go around the outside. And Doriane had to settle for second, but Chloe Chambers has seen this battle kick off behind her. That's allowed her now to escape down the road, nearly 1.5 seconds, which... Oh, Doriane getting almost loose on the exit there. And Alba Larsen has been able, she was nearly 2 seconds behind this battle. She's able to close that gap, and Nina Gaben now just doesn't have the pace to keep up with Larsen, and is nearly 2 seconds behind.
Maya Weug's got another chance, I think, here of maybe attacking for 2nd place, because she's got the toe from Alicia Palmowski at the crucial long straight. So Palmowski is defending to the inside. Right, Maya Weug says, right, I'm going to try and break around the outside. But in fact, you can see that little slide. There wasn't really a chance. And that was fair from Palmowski. She moved early enough, and that was absolutely fair. But remember, it was turn 1 that Weug made the move last time. What do you think? Can she do it this time? Well,
Alicia's seen it happen all in her mirrors, so I expect that she knows it's going to come, but you've got to go to the inside. You're going to really have no choice. And already she's elected. It's a short run down between the final corner, but just had enough legs to be able to get it stopped. Will Maya Weug get the cutback? Not quite enough.
Not quite enough, but Palmowski doing a really good job with late braking. I have to say, she's very good with that, because, as you said, sometimes it can be very demanding in F1 Academy to get that braking right, and that was impressive. She is holding on to 2nd place at the moment, but Maya Weug is right on her tail. Doriane Pan there as well. Let's hope they can all make it through without getting any damage. Behind them, as you say, Alba Larsen has been getting a little closer again in 5th place. Nina Gaben currently in 6th. Back on board with Doriane Pan. This is still all working for her as we're getting nearer to the end of the race. And this will mean she will become champion if it stays like this. But Maya Weug is absolutely determined to try and find a way past Alicia Palmowski. But we've seen Alicia Palmowski do some great jobs so far this year. She won the 1st race in Shanghai at the beginning of the season. She's the 2nd highest rookie in the points as well, although she's not going to be challenging Ella Lloyd, I don't think, from this one.
She won't be, and because Chloe Chambers is winning this race so far, that means she will have no chance at all to jump up into 4th place. So she's going to be under pressure once again as she weaves left to right down the strip, desperately trying to break the toe from Maya Weug. Doriane's just slightly dropped off the back of this group now, and Alba Larsen, she might close that gap down to under a second, as here we go, who's latest, who's the bravest on the brakes, Ben, down into 14?
Well, Palmowski's still breaking late, but Maya Weug goes around the outside, and they don't quite touch. That was brilliant from both. They were fair, and Maya Weug has got herself up into second place, but it is a 3-second gap to Chloe Chambers, and I can see that Alicia Palmowski is not giving up. She might have had to give space, but look, she's trying to go around the outside through the final corner, turn 17. They're going to be side by side, and Doriane Pan's joining in as well into turn 1.
Oh, Maya's break too late.
Yeah, she has, and she's lost at 1 or maybe 2 places. Look at this, side by side with Doriane Pan. Oh, she's just held on to third.
Exciting stuff and nice clean racing between all of these racers. Alba Larsen now 0.3 of a second behind Doriane Pan, and Maya now, she was the one attacking, then defending, and defending again from her title rival. And look at that, Alba Larsen goes down the inside of Doriane.
Wow, that's amazing. Alba Larsen suddenly back with them again. And now, as you say, she's got into 4th place. And Doriane Pan has now dropped down to 5th. Now, this does not put her in danger of not winning the championship, because Maya Weug is not leading, and Pan would have to drop a couple more places by the end of this race for Weug to win the title. Doriane's doing a very good job. She's got to be sensible in a situation like this. But Chloe Chambers comfortably out in front. So we will see how this all goes.
Now, if I was Premier, I'd be on the radio to Doriane saying, right, that's enough, Doriane. All you need to do is just sit there now. And you can see on the team viewer there, we've got Esme Kosterman, who has been confirmed as racing on the grid for Lego next year. So great to see her here watching with Jess Hawkins. And some great action they've been treated to, as are we.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we are getting right down towards the end here now, and Chloe Chambers is still very much on target for her 2nd win of this season, her 3rd ever win ever in F1 Academy. But what is going to go on further back is still a little bit unpredictable. Palmowski 2nd, Weug 3rd, Larsen now in 4th. We've got Ella Lloyd battling away here with Nina Gateman. Oh my goodness, just about holding on there. And Ella Lloyd's got up into 6th position now, ahead of Nina Gateman, although she may still have to defend. Meanwhile, new fastest lap for our race leader, Chloe Chambers.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from Ella Lloyd, though. Is she got a gap big enough? She's going to be forced to defend, but that's going to allow Tina Hausmann to go down the inside. She's going to get it stopped. These two teammates have made contact with each other before, much earlier on in the year in China, but they're able to keep it nice and clean this time round. As wherever you look at the moment, apart from Chloe Chambers, there's great battles, and actually, fair play to Chloe. She's set the fastest lap of the race, and she's doing that all by herself, no benefit of the tow.
Absolutely, she's doing a superb job, and here we are on the final lap of this race. Ella Lloyd still defending her new 6th place. She's done a great job to get ahead of Nina Gateman, who's under pressure from Tina Hausmann, as you said. Remember, the top 10 all score points, and Aurelia Nobel's up into 10th place, which is good for her as well, because she started down in 16th position, did end up finishing 3rd yesterday, but she didn't actually get to stand on the podium, sadly, because it was another podium finisher who was up there, but then got a disqualification, sadly. So we're getting ready. Aja Wilson, who is going to be doing the checkered flag, and a great star in another form of sport, but we shall see. She's a basketball player, top basketball player. She'll be waving the checkered flag, and it looks like it's going to be going to Chloe Chambers, with the battle for 2nd still on between Palmowski and Maya Weug.
Yeah, I think Maya's maybe a little bit too far back, but Chloe Chambers, faultless drive. She has just done an excellent job. Look at that gap, nearly 5 seconds, as Alicia's still weaving to left to right in the background. I don't think the only driver that we can see in the background there is Tina Hausmann, that's all over the back of her teammate and looking, by the looks of it, from the back of shot down the inside. But it's been some great driving, some great racing, and F1 Academy delivers once again.
Chloe Chambers comes through the final corner at Las Vegas. Chambers wins the last race of 2025. 2nd place goes to Alicia Palmowski, 3rd to Maya Weug, 4th to Alba Larsen, but Doriane Pan has won the championship. She finishes in 5th place, and she has taken the title and that is a brilliant performance by her. She had to fight and make sure that Weug was not going to go on and win and really challenge her for the points, but in the end she has kept control of it all through the year, and she has now managed to score points in all 30 races she has ever done in F1 Academy, and she has fully deserved becoming champion here today.
She certainly has. Well done, Doriane Pan. Started karting at the age of 9, broken barriers all the way through her career, made the difficult switch from sports cars into single-seaters, and she showcased speed, consistency, and certainly is a worthy champion.
Yeah, absolutely right. And well done to Chloe Chambers, and also it was a great job by the Campos team. They got their 1-2 finish with Chloe Chambers followed by Alicia Palmowski. Let's listen to Doriane Pan.
And that's checkered flag, Doriane Pan. Congratulations, you are the 2025 Formula 1 Academy champion.
Yes! For being part of this success, thank you so much. You have been very helpful from the beginning of my career, and I love you guys. Thank you to each one of you.
Yeah, well, absolutely fully deserved. The 2025 F1 Academy champion, Doriane Pan. She's been a champion before, actually, in the Ferrari Challenge European Series. She was the pro champion, that was back in 2022. But then, as you say, she switched from being in different types of cars, sports cars, and of course backed by Mercedes. And nice to see Toto Wolff heading down.
Come on, yes, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I want to hear it. I want to hear it now.
Oh, I knew I was going to have to do it. Fine, hold on. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Was that good for you?
That was good enough, thank you. That's P1, P2 for the team as well. Well done, Chloe. Well done. So proud of you. Thank you so much.
Great stuff. I know Chloe won't mind me saying she maybe needs to work on her singing, but we probably all do. But great job for her, and you know, she's had some bad luck throughout the year, but she has put on some entertainment, some strong races, got the most pole positions all year, and it's really great to see her on the top step of the podium at this final race, and a home race for her as well, which I'm sure is going to be super special. Her mum and dad are here as well, and we can just see in the background, well, what could have been for Weug, the one that gained the most places throughout the year, Ben. She showed plenty of great forms of speed. The last 4 races prior to this weekend, 70 points, which really put her back into that title fight with Doriane Pan. Of course, she scored no points over the course of the weekend in Canada.
What a job we did. Thank you, Simone.
See you in the pit lane for the celebrations.
Yes, sir!
Absolutely, yeah, there'll be lots of celebrations, and well done to her. Yes, by the way, you were talking about, you know, Campos Racing with Chloe Chambers and Alicia Palmowski. They have, I noticed that they have actually got into second place, Campos, back into second place in the team's points in the team's championship by 1 point there. So that 1-2.
That was important there.
Yeah.
Maybe Maya knew that she had to try and get in front of Alicia, because they would have worked it all out. But well done, Campos and Prema again. They won the championship yesterday for the 3rd time. The unbeaten team, and great to see Charles Leclerc down there as well. We saw some shots on social media of George Russell and Antonelli watching yesterday's race, and Antonelli said he needs to go for a nap, go for a lie down. It was so entertaining. So great to see so much support for all these drivers from the Formula 1 paddock.
Absolutely right. And F1 Academy has really increased the interest of female drivers in motorsport, and it's increased the amount of involvement even in karting, in lower levels of racing now. F1 Academy is giving so much encouragement to so many people to get into racing. Remember, you only get to do it for 2 years. You're only allowed to do it for 2 years, and then you have to move on. But Doriane Pan has done 2 superb years, second last year and champion in 2025. The first French champion in F1 Academy, but she has been absolutely smooth throughout the whole season, not making mistakes, not making errors. Technically too, the car was very good with the Prema team. Maya Weug did have technical problems with her car earlier in the year, as you mentioned, in Canada, that did affect her battle for the championship, but that can happen to anybody. But the way this team worked together with Doriane has been superb.
That certainly has. It's been fantastic, great to see. Mercedes, Prema, all clapping as they should be. And Antonelli giving
nice.
Doriane a big hug. And George Russell is down there as well. So they've got plenty of, is it 4 hours until their race? So great for them to come in and check in with the action. And it'd be some good celebrations, I expect, from Prema and Doriane, and certainly as well from the two Red Bull drivers here in Campos as well.
Oh, absolutely lovely. But Chloe Chambers, also, of course, the race winner here at her last ever F1 Academy race. This is, of course, for Doriane, the last ever race that she will do in F1 Academy. But having taken points in all of the races that she's done, it's been remarkable. And to win the championship in the end by a decent margin, she has won on 172 points versus Maya Weug on 157 points. Maya had struggled a couple of times this year. It wasn't always her problem, but she is definitely a star going into other forms of racing. But being champion, Alice, Doriane will get support and will hopefully get a chance to compete in single-seaters going forward.
Yeah, interesting to see what the next steps for her will be. She's obviously done a year of the Formula Regional Championship last year. Great to see a big hug from Toto as well. She was in a partial campaign of Formula Regional Championship here as well. Stefano's there congratulating her. So lots of people should be doing that for the rest of the day, I would expect, as everyone will want to give her a big congratulations, and she'll get a photo as well. So I'm really looking forward to see what her next step will be. Marta Garcia obviously did Formula Regional. Abby Pulling went on to race in the GB3 Championship. So that 5th place, actually, Ben, 100% point scoring season record in 2 seasons in the Academy Series, for Doriane. So just shows consistency can turn you into a champion. And great to see that Chloe Chambers has taken out the American flag, and you can hear the cheer of the crowds, and I'm sure she'll take that up onto the podium, and will love being up there in front of her home crowd. There's nothing like winning a home race, so I'm really, really pleased for her.
Yeah, it means a huge amount, there's no doubt about it, and it is wonderful. And particularly when she and Alicia Palmowski, the two teammates, had a bit of a coming together in race 1 here at Las Vegas. It's great that they finished 1st and 2nd, and as she came across the line, that was a real celebration for the whole team as well. And for Chloe Chambers in her last ever F1 Academy race to take a really dominant victory effectively, because even though they were towing behind her, she never looked under threat. She had the lead from pole position, and she controlled it all the way through. Backed up with that win in Montreal earlier on. She's had the most bonus points this year. So from pole positions and fastest laps, etc., she has had more bonus points than anybody else.
She has, yeah. And looking forward to see what her next step could potentially be. Of course, Alicia Palmowski, she'll be taking part in F1 Academy once again. She is announced to stay with Red Bull. Alba Larsen, she ties her career best finish, which she actually got in the opening weekend of the season in Shanghai in 4th. She's confirmed with Ferrari. Then you've got the likes of Ella Lloyd. Already, I'm excited for next season, Ben. Yeah,
I know. I think next season's going to be fantastic. So many of these talented drivers will continue for a 2nd year, but it's going to be great. We will find out. Let's go and hear now from our top 3, including with Laura Winter.
Doriane, you are the 2025 for F1 Academy champion.
Yes, sir!
Come on.
Yes.
You just said to me, I don't know what to say. That's not entirely great for an interview, but we'll see what comes out. Try and sum up the emotion of that sentence I just said. F1 Academy champion.
It's incredible.
I can't believe it. I worked so hard for this with the team. They have been part of my success since day one when we joined Mercedes and joined the single-seater racing in 2024, so last year. And yeah, we work only to be champions. So really happy to work with them to achieve amazing things together. And I'm not only here today, just only them, but also all the people that had me behind since the beginning of my career. So say my family and my dad and Aaron Dames, that has been part of this success, and we are here today because we are strong together, and we are champion. Yeah.
Take us into the cockpit in the final few laps. How stressful was that? Because Weug threw absolutely everything at it. She knew she had to get the win or nothing.
Yeah. To be honest, the race I was focusing mainly on the race, and then the championship will come naturally. But yeah, strong first part of the race, definitely. But then we had to fight against Maya and against Alba, and we have the championships to win. So no risk taken, obviously. But shame that we don't celebrate it on the podium. But really happy about the outcome.
Your final race in F1 Academy as well, and you've won the championship with it. It's an incredible thing. How much did you learn from not winning last season to take into this season to get the job done?
Yeah, definitely. The first season was the first season in single-seater, so we had a lot of things to learn. It was very competitive. I've learned how to race. I learned how to lose and to never give up, and to learn on myself and learn how to race up to the end. And now we are even stronger this year, and with the title at the end. So definitely a progression that was clear, and is definitely amazing to be champion for the future.
What an incredible battle it's been with Weug. Doriane Pin, you are F1 Academy champion for 2025. Congratulations.
Well, Doriane Pin, absolutely superb job by her to take the title and to celebrate all the rest of the weekend in Las Vegas after really controlling so much throughout the year. Yes, she had a big fight with Weug, but Weug had a bit of bad luck at times, and also that error in race one earlier this weekend, just running into another car which wasn't even in the race. It was before the race actually started, but it has all worked well for Doriane Pin. I noticed that in the past, Alice, I saw a piece where she was saying that the rally driver, Michel Mouton, was somebody that she used to watch when she was rallying, when she was karting as a youngster. That she met her later and really took on board quite a lot of what Michel Mouton said about, you know, you've got to go into this with the right attitudes, and she has a great attitude, I think, don't you?
Yeah, she certainly does, and I have to say, it's really nice to see everyone down there is Toto, Stefano is down there, you know, putting their arm around Weug, because this is going to really hurt for her. I think she still had hope, as we touched on it just before the race, and as those laps tick on, you know, realization starts to sink in that this is not going to be possible. So she's being brave, being strong, but she certainly will be hurting inside right now. But she did all she could during that race. She does get to stand on the podium, so she will be going away with a trophy.
She will indeed, yes, and she has fought well, and I, as you say, I do think that the talent that she has shown throughout this season will hopefully give her a chance moving forward into another area of motor racing into the future. And that's what F1 Academy is about, is giving youngsters opportunities to show what they can do and then hopefully develop their racing going forward. So there we have our champion in the middle, along with Weug, her rival. We've got Chloe Chambers, Toto and Susie Wolf there as well, Stefano, all part of taking the pictures here.
Certainly is, and I'm assuming then that they'll be getting the podium celebrations underway as well.
So this is going to be lovely to see the podiums now being celebrated here. And we've got, of course, finishing in second and third places. We have Alicia Palmowski there in the middle, and Maya Weug, and Susie Wolf, who is managing director, of course, of F1 Academy, chatting to them, talking to them. Alicia Palmowski will be back next year. The others won't be, of course. So here we go, into the podium celebration. Third place for Maya Weug. She fought hard, she battled, she did a brilliant job this year. She won more of the main races this year, but it wasn't enough in the end to win the championship. Alicia Palmowski finishing in second place, and she is going to be a major contender for the championship next year. But Chloe Chambers, home event Las Vegas, the American, taking her final win in her final race in F1 Academy here at Las Vegas. So lovely to see the American getting the music out and the trophy being handed out by Meadow Walker, Paul Walker's daughter. Paul was the Fast and Furious actor, and it's Meadow Walker who hands that one out. And for second and third, it's Leah Lewis, the Chinese-American actress, handing out the trophies to Palmowski and Maya Weug. Weug obviously not looking so happy now. She knew it was going to be tough to win the championship here today. She has done a good job, but ultimately she could not beat Doriane Pan. But it is a celebration time for these top three in the final race of the F1 Academy. Two of them will not be racing in F1 Academy anymore. One of them will. And Palmowski will be looking forward to the start of the 2026 season and an opportunity to go for the title that for this year has been taken by Doriane Pan.
And as I said already, I'm excited for next year, and the Lego flowers are presented to Chloe Chambers, and then Leona Lewis gives out the rest of the Lego flowers, the British singer, one for Alicia and one for Maya Weug as well.
Yeah, nicely done. Very different podium celebration parts, but they all can get together now for the photos and to celebrate this final part of the year. On a dry track this time, very different to the wet track that we had in the first race here at Las Vegas yesterday, but the second race was demanding, was tough, but they all did a good job, and it was kept pretty clean. Oh, I don't know what Chloe Chambers did there. She looks a bit worried about something. Something happened, but I think all okay. So let's take a look at the full result then of this final race. The victory going to Chloe Chambers, with Alicia Palmowski finishing in second place and Maya Weug in third position. Fourth position for Alba Larsen, an excellent result for her. Doriane Pan, though, fifth place, enough for her to take the title. Ella Lloyd finished in sixth place ahead of Nina Gaidman. Tina Hausman in eighth place. Rafaela Ferreira in ninth. And final point to Aurelia Nobles, coming from 16th on the grid to finish in 10th position. Outside the top 10, Leah Block finished in 11th place, Emma Felbermeyer in 12th, having problems at the start. Courtney Crone in 13th, Rachel Robertson debuted this weekend. She finished 14th in this one. Chloe Chong was 15th, Nicole Haviter 16th, non-finishers Joanne Ciconte and Peyton Westcott. Well, that has been it for F1 Academy. Alice Powell's been great to work with you and to be involved in F1 Academy in 2025. We're looking forward to a new year in 2026.